It's getting harder and harder to find great food at a reasonable price. Why settle for
Okay, hi everyone. I hope I'm audible. So, okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Aman, and I'm the current moderator for UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness Club. So, as you guys know, we're gathered here today to celebrate the International Peace Day, which is basically celebrated on the 21st of each year. Uh, I'm so glad that we could all gather here today to celebrate this day because it's all about non-violence, peace, and etc. And we know that so many UN organizations have been celebrating this day as well. So today we have so many guests here that are going to perform different activities and yoga sessions, and we can basically understand more about peace through these activities. So okay, so starting with what exactly is the International Peace Day, we know that we celebrate it every year on the 21st of September, and this entire day is basically promoted for exploring peace and non-violence all around the country and all around the world, basically. And we need to like understand how our culture and values, basically what UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness does, relates to the International Peace and World Day. So we know that UNESCO is an organization that contributes to body and mind wellness. One of our priorities is to promote peace and understanding different cultures, how different cultures work, and that's what we're also going to do today. Like we have so many different yoga exercises to promote peace and etc. Uh, Also, one of the priorities of Body and Mind Wellness Club is meditation, which also enhances the peace in your body. And the next part is arts and crafts, which helps you understand the self-expression and how to reduce your stress. And also, not to mention the environmental protection. That is also very important for a healthy planet and also depends on really affects how the human mind works. And then there is intercultural understanding, which is basically how all the cultures work together and how they interact with each other. So all of these things are very important to understand how they can promote peace, etc., which is also a priority of UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness. So that's how it relates to the peace. Next is uh, how as an individual we can help to promote peace. Like what are the things that you as an individual can do that could promote peace? Firstly, if the practices that you can do at home basically is to be understanding with yourself and the people around you and to show empathy. Try to see things from other people's perspective. You can always put yourself in someone's shoes and try to understand. That's one of the ways you can promote peace within yourself and the person in front of you as well, and learn how to communicate effectively with people around you. Try to understand different cultures and people. That's one of the ways you can promote peace, and also to resolve conflicts peacefully. You don't always have to be angry about things all the time. I know it's the world we're living in. It's basically very difficult for people to manage, but there's a lot of ways you can do things that peacefully that could not harm anyone. So that's one way to go with it. And lastly, obviously, we need to support as many peace organizations as we could, like the UN, UNESCO, whatever. There's so many organizations around the world doing welfare for needy people or poor people. And it's a great way if you interact with these organizations, I feel like it's a great way to promote peace, right? So that's it from my side. Now, we have a lot of guests here with us performing different activities. They're all going to come one by one and give their own perspective of basically what they think peace is. So we're going to start with Sahaj Yoga. So there's a pre-recorded session of Sahaj Yoga that I would like to play, and I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
We will go through a small exercise we do every time before and after our meditation called Kundalini Bandhan. The first part symbolizes our desire to raise our energy and keep it raised throughout the day. For this, we place our left hand, which is the hand of our desire, in front of our sacrum bone, raising it slowly along our spine. And with our right hand, the hand of action, we wrap it around the left hand in a slow circular motion. Once you get to the top, you tie a knot, symbolically tying your energy so it stays up. We repeat this 2 more times. The third time, we will tie 3 knots, symbolizing each of our energy channels. The second part symbolizes a shield of protection, which we place upon ourselves. Here we keep our left hand on our lap, and with our right hand, we spread our energy from one side of our body to the other, and back, forming a kind of rainbow-like shape. We do this 7 times, once for each energy center. This exercise should be done before and after meditation, but also before leaving house in the morning and going to work, to keep yourself in protection throughout the day.
All right, thank you so much. So we're gonna move forward to our next guest, who is Hana. She's 23 years old and she's an anesthesiologist. And she has been working with UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness for quite a time now. She is also researching and she's in the health sciences industry. And today she's going to do this practice, basically stone balancing practice, and which I'm sure we can all appreciate. So let's just move forward and see how she does it. So you have the floor. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. As Ayman said, I am Hana. I am from Tunisia, and I am an anesthesiologist and researcher in health science. I'm joining you today as a stone balancing artist, and I'm gonna do a little presentation about the stone balancing art. So just 1 second, I can share my presentation with you. Uh, do you see my presentation?
Yes, dear, we can see.
Great. So, does anyone between you know about stone balancing? Because I know it's a form of art that is not so popular.
No, I don't, but I'm very excited to learn about this.
Okay, great. So, just 1 second. So, stone balancing is a form of earth art. Earth art is a category of art in which artists create artworks directly in nature. And we use only natural objects like stones or leaves or trees or plants from nature. So the special thing about earth art is that we practice it directly in nature and we only use natural objects. What makes earth art special is that unlike traditional art, The artwork don't travel to museums or galleries, so the audience explore it. In the opposite, the earth artwork remain in its natural setting in the place where it was created, and the audience must get into nature to explore it. Stone balancing is the art of stacking rocks or stones on the top of one another in an artistic shape. And of course, we use no glue or no tricks. We only rely on gravity to hold the stones together. So the artist go in nature and picks some stones or rocks and try to balance them on the top of one another. And he start doing some circular moves, very delicate, until the stones hold on the top of each other, relying only on gravity. It's all about patience and concentration. The artists sometimes spend hours. That's why I said it needs a lot of patience, because sometimes we need hours to find the balance point. Moving the stone slightly, trying to find the delicate balance point between them. And the moment you find the balance point is a moment of pure joy and hope. Because it's amazing, because the balance point is so small that you can hardly see it with your eyes, but you only can feel it with your hands. And here in the picture, you can see with the right circle, the balance point between the two stones. It is so small. This picture, this is actually a sculpture of mine. I balanced these stones, and you can see that the balance point is so small. So you sometimes you can't see it with your eyes. You just feel it with your hands. Many people think that it's impossible, or it's Photoshop, or it's fake, or magic. But for me, it's just another reminder of how many things in the world seems impossible just because we never tried them. I choose to talk about stone balancing for the International Day of Peace because for me, it's a source of comfort and one of the most peaceful activity I've ever practiced. And it's also considered as a sort of meditation. When you practice stone balancing, you feel completely immersed in the moment. Your minds become clear and free from all the problems and the stress of daily life. It creates a sense of timelessness because, as I said before, sometimes we spend hours, but hours during stone balancing feels like minutes. You forget about times, you forget about daily issue. You're only focused on on reaching the balance point, and you forget about time. So the time has no sense anymore. And you find yourself only focused on the balance point and the feeling of the stones between your hands. Also, stone balancing teaches us a very important lesson. It teaches us about letting go, because most stone balancing sculpture lasts only a few minutes. You should know that stone balancing sculpture are so delicate and so fragile that sometimes even the slightest breath of the artist can causes them to fall apart and to break. So we spent hours trying to balance two rocks on the top of each other. And the moment we get that balance point and we breathe, the artists breathe. So that breathe causes the sculpture to break. So when you practice that kind of art, you learn how to let go things and to value the journey over the destination. So you learn also to accept loss, because spending hours on your artwork and at the end it just falls apart. It really it teaches you how to accept loss, and it allows us to appreciate the beauty of our effort over the result. So it's a profound lesson in living the present moment. So in conclusion, stone balancing is a word of pure focus, harmony with nature, meditation, and mental clarity, and of course, a lot of patience. And I hope that one day stone balancing reaches more people and becomes more and more popular, because it really truly brings peace to the soul And I believe that it can inspire others to find their own moment of peace and balance. And thank you for your participation.
Okay, thank you so much, Hannah, for this beautiful artwork. Honestly, I always wondered how exactly people do this do all this with stone, but I guess one day I'll also get to try this. Anyways, that was such an informative session, so thanks a lot for that. Now moving on towards our next guest speaker, who is Tim Bruce. He is a British speaker, singer, and actor, and he's also a poet from London. And today he will be sharing one of his artworks with us. So go ahead. Thank you.
Spiritual sound. I think we should talk a bit louder, maybe it'll come out for us. So we're going to start our journey from infancy. So we're going to start with a little child, a little newborn child. So we're going to start with William Blake's Infant Joy from Songs of Innocence, 1789. And then we're going to go through life, and we're going to go through a little trip around the 4 nations of the heart, which is Britain, the United Kingdom, the Queen's realm. So, Infant Joy. I had no name, I'm 2 days old, what shall I call thee? I happy am, joy is my name, sweet joy befall thee, pretty joy, sweet joy, but 2 days old, sweet joy call thee. Thou dost smile, I sing the while, sweet joy befall thee. I have no name, I'm 2 days old, what shall I call thee? I happy am, joy is my name, sweet joy befall thee, pretty joy, sweet joy, but 2 days old, sweet joy I call thee. Thou dost smile, I sing the while, sweet joy befall thee. Sweet joy, sweet joy, sweet infant joy. So unfortunately we have no idea what actual music William Blake did to his poems and his songs, but that's what I came up with myself. So as we move on to the period of youth now, so all the ideals of youth, we have a song now from Wales, Calon Lan. Any Welsh in the audience? Okay, I'll try. I'm going to sing in Welsh, so hopefully it'll sound like Welsh when I do it. So this is a wonderful song called Calon Lan. It's, the words are, I don't ask for a luxurious life, the world's gold with its fine pearls. I only ask for a happy heart, an honest heart, a pure heart. A pure heart full of goodness is fairer than the lily. None but a pure heart can sing in the day and sing in the night. So please, God, give me a pure heart to carry us through the dark and to the light. Calon Lan. So we need youth.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tim, for that performance. It was honestly very enjoyable and entertaining. So let's move forward with another guest, who is Julia Azarm. She's an American and emerging artist and also a political activist on the prevention of war. And today she will be sharing a very powerful message on peace and how to promote peace. So go ahead, Julia.
Makes us responsible. Hello, I would like to share with World Peace Day a presentation that I have prepared titled, "We Are All Connected." We are all connected in the link of the human chain, which makes us responsible to react and act towards rhetoric and ideologies that destroy our human connection. We are all connected in a born position on our planet. We are connected by our very existence. We can choose to explore our connections through art, music, poetry, writing, our culture, experiences, and sharing our food and crafting. Our corner of the world in which we live, when connected to other corners of the world, brings the possibilities of good and health to our planet. And if we do not connect, then we cannot excuse ourselves from what we see or excuse ourselves from addressing difficulties. We are connected by the ability to share, explore beyond our corner of the planet, communication and travel, which gives us connection to know and find who our fellow human beings are. If we are not connected, then we have lost the most fundamental freedom of knowing who our neighbors are and why we should care or know about them. Our connectedness is a stark reality that we cannot watch our fellow human exist in suffering, poverty, or inequality. Our human nature switched on has a default mechanism that thankfully is tripped occasionally to our credit, that something called empathy is wired to our human conditioning, which alerts conscious awareness that others in other corners of the world may not have the privileged position that we are in. If our fellow human beings do not have access to peace, equality, or justice, it should disturb all of us. It should cause all of us to demand investigation, to ask where the rule of law is. The rule of law should not be applied only to convenience or bias, but applied to all, even and especially when such impact affects those in far corners of the world where trauma and military exploitation erase their humanity and connection to us all. Why do we write international laws if we do not apply them when necessary, in times of crisis, when areas of the world are in conflict, and when the laws written prevent further crisis and demand to be enforced, regardless of political status, superior hegemony, imperial power, or elitist entitlement? There is no special occlusion for who you are, how unique you claim to be, or any other reasons for why the law does not apply to present conflict. We are all connected by the very fact that our weak and limited natures often do not serve us in the best light as human beings. That is why our connection is so important, because when our fellow human being has failed the humanity test, we can see the exact failure within ourselves. Our connection to the issue allows us to recognize when we and others have fallen short of the humanity we once were capable of. Our connectedness shows that across the world, we are given choices between two trains of thought and attitude. This frame of choice is the most important thought process governing our time here as humans. It is as follows. When a human being is treated badly, they have a choice to make privately within themselves to either cause the exact suffering or worse to the next human being, or they can choose to never repeat what they have experienced. That is, to make a different connection to their fellow human being. A choice to act with humanity rather than vengeance, to be a different human being from the one they suffered under. There is a 13th century Iranian poet, Sadi, who wrote a poem called The Human Chain. The English translation of one specific line reads as follows: even one link broken on the human chain makes us all vulnerable to extinction. I am grateful that we are all connected. I am certain that there are human beings in the link of our chain who will choose not to lose even one link, who will choose the path of humanity. For myself, in order to continue with humanity, peace, and purpose in the life journey, I must seek to always be connected on this one and only planet we call Earth, and to ensure and create a planet of peace. Thank you for letting me share this presentation.
Okay, that was great, Julia. Thank you so much. I feel like it was such a powerful message, and it also really resonated with the values of UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness Club. So I'm glad that you could share this with us today. So moving on towards the next speaker, who is Sonia. She is 21 years old, and she's a violinist and a singer who has been playing the violin for 15 years. So let's go ahead and hear a little part from Sonia's violin. Okay, thank you so much, Sonia, for sharing such a beautiful work of art. So now we have another guest speaker with us, Priyanka Parda, who will offer insights on the significance of peace and how lack of peace causes severe consequences and economic decline, etc. And they have this whole session created that will highlight the actionable steps that we could take to promote peace, etc. So let's just move forward and further hear from her. So thank you so much, Priyanka.
Good evening, everyone. Namaste. I'm Priyanka from Bangalore, India. I'm a passionate writer with 15 years of experience in banking. Despite my corporate career, my heart is always drawn to the betterment of the nature and the betterment of the society because this is something where the source of peace lies. I am deeply engrossed in yoga activities and I'm now committed to creating a harmonious balance between the humanity and the environment. Today, we gather here to celebrate the International Day of Peace, a global event dedicated to fostering a culture of peace, tolerance, and understanding among all of us. Established by the United Nations in 1981, this day serves as a reminder of our shared humanity and the collective responsibility that we all hold in creating a peaceful world. Now, to promote peace, let me draw everyone's attention towards the importance of the peace and the consequences of peace because these are the only two parameters which build a complete structure of peace. The importance of peace. Peace is more than the absence of conflict. It is a state of harmony where every individual has the opportunity to thrive. It encompasses social harmony. Now, the first question here is what do we understand by the social harmony? It is nothing but just building inclusive communities where diversity is celebrated. The social harmony is only possible when we have a respect and the trust for the diversified people. Economic equity, ensuring fair access to resources and opportunities for all. Because when we see some biasness towards the sharing of opportunities or towards the sharing of the fair resources among all, we are indirectly targeting our economic stability. Environmental stewardship, protecting our planet for the future generation. Now, the second important thing here is the consequences of lack of peace. As all of us are aware that without peace, the world faces severe and widespread repercussions. First, and the topmost here is human sufferings. It leads to the loss of life, displacement of people, and the widespread suffering. Families are torn apart and communities are devastated. Economic decline is the second factor when we see a lack of peace as war and conflicts disrupt economies, destroy infrastructure, and divert resources from the development to military spending. This impacts job creation, education, and overall prosperity. The third damage that we are doing when we are lacking peace is a damage to our environment. Armed conflicts often result in environmental destructions from deforestation to pollution, impacting ecosystems and the health of our great planet. Social fragmentation. Without peace, societies become fragmented with increased polarization and violence. This undermines social cohesion and the ability to work together towards common goals. Actions that we can take. The only action which is needed by all of us today to promote peace is to take a stand for peace, as every action counts, whether it is a small gesture of kindness or bold advocacy for change. Our efforts contribute a ripple effect of peace. We need to embrace diversity, promote dialogue, and work towards resolving conflicts peacefully. As we all know, the world is interconnected, and together we can transform our societies. We can act today, we can educate, advocate, and inspire others to join the cause for for more peaceful world. Last and not the least, the role of education cannot be avoided when we are talking about the peace at a global level like today. Education plays a crucial role in peace building by educating ourselves and others about different cultures, histories, and perspective. We break down barriers and build mutual respect. Educational institutions and organizations are leader in teaching the value of tolerance, empathy, and non-violence. In closing, let us remember that peace begins with each of us. As we observe the International Day of Peace, let us commit to actions that promote harmony in our daily lives and support initiatives that strive for a world and a peaceful world. Thank you for your attention, and let us work together towards a future where peace is just not an ideal but a reality for everyone. Join the global movement for peace today. We need to share our thoughts, take actions, and inspire others to do the same. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for hearing me out. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Priyanka. That was honestly such an informative session. I feel like so many great points were raised by you, like how economic problems affect human life and how these problems contribute to the lack of peace and how it affects our environment as well, and also the importance of education, etc. So thank you so much for that session. I'm sure we all learned a lot from that. So now let's hear another perspective of peace from Samuel, who is a Spanish designer, artist, and also a project leader. He has been a UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness Club advisor as well. So today he's going to give a little bit of his own perspective on peace. So let's hear it from him.
Understand the suffering. Hello, everyone, dear friends and esteemed members of the UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness Club. Today, on World Peace Day, we gather together to reflect on peace, not just as an external idea, but as a profound inner experience. I would like to dedicate this moment to the teachings of Zen master, monk, and prolific author Thich Nhat Hanh, whose wisdom has illuminated the path to inner and outer peace for millions around the world. His book, Peace is Every Step, offers us a timeless guide to mindfulness and the art of living fully in the present moment. We will touch base in three main topics: inner peace through mindfulness. The fact that inner peace is already within us can be accessed by practicing mindfulness and conscious breathing is helping us and will help us to live fully in the present moment. Second point, compassion and non-violence. By cultivating what we call the mind of love and practicing compassion, we can alleviate suffering in others and promote non-violence, contributing to peace in the world. And point number three, interconnectedness of all beings. Recognizing our deep connection with the environment and others is essential to understanding that harming others or the planet is harming ourselves, leading to a commitment to peace and well-being for all. I would like to start just saying that peace is not something that we need to search outside ourselves. Is it already within us? Often in our busy lives, we rush through our days, constantly chasing after happiness and fulfillment, and believing that peace lies just beyond the next achievement or the next possession. Peace resides in each of us, ready to be discovered in the here and in the now. To access this peace, our master invites us to slow down, to become aware of our breath, and to appreciate the simple yet profound moments of life. Mindfulness breathing is definitely a practice that helps to center ourselves. By focusing on the rhythm of our breath, we reconnect to our bodies and with the present moment, allowing us to let go the chaos that often clouds our minds. Whether we are sitting in a meditation or walking quietly, conscious breathing anchors us, enabling us to experience joy and calm at even the most ordinary activities. This transformation begins with understanding and compassion, having what we call a mind of love, to approach others with the intention to alleviate their suffering and to foster joy in their lives. True love is not about possession or control, but to adopt a deep understanding and compassion. When we understand the suffering of others, we can respond with kindness, and in doing so, we contribute to a more peaceful and harmonious world. In embracing this mindset, we also embrace non-duality, the understanding that our feelings, whether joy or sorrow, or peace or anger, are all part of the same river of experience. By observing our emotions without judgment and by approaching them with mindfulness, we can transform even our most difficult feelings into sources of strength and wisdom. These teachings also remind us that we are all interconnected, not just with each other, but with the entire planet and the entire universe. As it's beautifully put into words, the forests are our lungs, the rivers our blood, and the sun is our heart. In recognizing this interconnectedness, we see that to harm another or the environment is to harm ourselves. Thus, the path to true peace involves not only personal mindfulness, but also a commitment to compassion, non-violence, and the well-being of all living beings. As we celebrate World Peace Day, let us carry forward these teachings, not only in our minds, but in our hearts and in our actions. We may cultivate peace within, and in doing so, we contribute to a more peaceful world. Peace, as he beautifully put in, is in every step. Let us walk this path together, turning each step into a joyful journey towards a world where peace is not just a dream, but a reality. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Samuel, for that amazing perspective on peace. I feel like hearing all these different perspectives and ideas about peace from different speakers is very valuable in celebrating this day. So thanks again for that amazing lecture. So our next speaker is Yasmin, who is a pharmacist and also a health advocate. She is very passionate about education and health, which is also why she volunteers with UNESCO and he became an activist. And today, Yasmin will talk about peace and its relationship with health. So go ahead, Yasmin. Thank you so much.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here today to celebrate the International Day of Peace. And on this special occasion, I would like to send my message for peace. It's crucial that we stand united and advocate for peace. Peace is not just about living in favorable conditions and forgetting those still suffering around us. It's a humanitarian responsibility, but we always should work together to promote peace with whatever is within our capacity. We live in a digital era, and it's so easy to voice our opinions. It's so easy to contribute, and it's so easy to connect with people around the world. So through this, we can promote cultural acceptance and peace with one another. I would like to talk about my beloved country, Sudan, which unfortunately is facing huge humanitarian and health crisis. There is a very limited number of hospitals, very limited supply of medications, and overall medical supplies. Contributing to these issues have come, of course, through social media and various digital platforms where people have raised awareness, have donated, and that have also shed the light on what's going on in the country and led to positive humanitarian assistance. And even though the situation is still very difficult, but at least there is some progress going. I would also like to talk about a bit about an important topic, which is the link between health and peace. For peace, we need to have health, and for health, we need to have peace. And it's important that we take care of our mental health first and foremost, because this is going to impact our physical health in the long term, as well as if we're not peaceful and secure on the inside, we cannot promote peace fully on the outside. Instilling, of course, a culture of peace and acceptance and love within our younger generations is very important, because this is going to lead to a future that is free of violence and more hopefully. And finally, I just want to say that, do not underestimate what you're doing, whether it's kind words, whether it's a donation, a small amount of money. If you're just educating people about what's going on in the world, all of those count. And you never know, you can inspire people around you, and this will create a ripple effect of positive change that's going to definitely lead to increased peace efforts and ultimately global peace. So thank you so much, and I hope that we live in a world where peace prevails. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Yasmin, for that lecture and giving your perspective on peace. I think it's really important to understand our own actions and how it affects peace and how our actions affect promoting peace. So thank you for raising that point with us. Now, moving forward towards our last guest speaker for today, who is Kireli. He's passionate about producing folk music and producing different kinds of music. And, music is also a great way to bring peace towards others and bring peace within yourself. So let's end today's event with a performance from Kireli. Thank you. Okay, thanks a lot, Kirili, for that performance. I think this was a perfect end for today's event. Honestly, felt really entertaining. And also, thank you to all of the guest speakers here with us who participated in this event and were able to celebrate this International Peace Day with us. Also, I'm really glad that we could all gather here today and hear and view different perspectives on peace and idea regarding this day. And I feel like this is a perfect way to cherish and celebrate this day. So thank you guys for this amazing and informative session. I hope you guys have a rest of an amazing day and hopefully see you all in the next session. Thank you. Goodbye.